This is how you write a good introduction, step by step. Do you like to listen to people tell you a story? How about if you just made yourself a nice sandwich and a drink? Do you want to listen then? Aha! I can hear you now saying, well, it depends. Yes, it does depend. It depends on how they introduce the topic. Did they try to get you interested? Did they tell you about where the discussion might lead? Did it sound like something that would mean something to you when it was over? Essays are the same. No one wants to put down a nice sandwich to read your essay unless you make them interested. That will happen if you write a good introduction. Like everything else in the English language essay, the structure is important. First, you have to get your reader interested. This part of your essay is called the hook. This is a sentence or two that gets your reader interested. We'll talk more about that in the next video. Then you have to tell your reader about your topic by telling them about several sides of your topic. This part of your essay should be at least 3 sentences that tell your reader what your body paragraphs will be about. Finally, you have to make your aim and claim very clear. This part of your essay is the thesis statement. The last video described this. You may want to go back and watch it again after this video. The first thing you should create is the thesis statement. This doesn't come first in the essay. It's the last sentence of the introductory paragraph. However, making your thesis statement sets the path for your essay. Let's choose one from the first video. How about this one? Liberty and equality work together to make people feel confident enough to choose their own way in life. The next thing to create is the sentences about the body paragraphs. These go into the middle of your introductory paragraph. There is no set number of sentences to write, but a good rule is to write 1 sentence for each body paragraph. You do not have to write a separate sentence for each paragraph, but it is an easy way to do this task at first. Let's try this. Liberty and equality are opposite ideas that can work together. Liberty allows the individual to make choices, but also asks that the individual be responsible for these choices. Equality gives the individual confidence because the person sees that his or her dreams are as important as any other person's dreams. We may decide to write these in a different order, but the ideas are here and we can always change things later. The last thing to create is that first sentence, which we call the hook. This sentence has to grab a reader's attention. It does not matter exactly what you say as long as it, number 1, introduces the idea, and number 2, gets the reader interested. Let's try one. Most U.S. citizens never think much about the contradiction in our first major document, the Declaration of Independence, which is that we were created equal and endowed with the right to liberty. This hook is effective because it says something provoking. It says that U.S. citizens never think, which is going to get the attention of U.S. citizens who believe themselves to be thinkers. Now we're going to put it all together in the correct order. Hook, body paragraph sentences, thesis statement. Most U.S. citizens never think much about the contradiction in our first major document, the Declaration of Independence, which is that we were created equal and endowed with the right to liberty. Liberty and equality are opposite ideas, but they are ideas that can work together. Liberty allows the individual to make choices, but also asks that the individual be responsible for those choices. Equality gives the individual confidence because the person sees that his or her dreams are as important as any other person's dreams. Liberty and equality balance each other to make people feel confident enough to choose their own way in life. This paragraph is not perfect, but it works. You do not have to write perfect paragraphs either. You need to write paragraphs that follow the structure and that make a strong point. Now that we have a beginning of our essay, the next job we have is to make the middle and then the end. Those are lessons for another day. In the meantime, you have some questions to answer and some discussions to do. So we'll see you in the next lesson.